Well, hello, my lovelies. It's Murky Meg here. It is Saturday the 5th of August still. Now, this is my second video today. If you haven't already seen my first video, I've popped a link up in the right-hand corner. Click on that and it will take you directly to it. And you can watch it if you haven't already seen it. But in this video, I am going to be talking about Harry and his one of many, many court cases. But this one is particularly about Harry suing the publisher of The Sun along with 40 other claimants, alleging that their personal information was hacked or unlawfully obtained to get stories. Now, the trial is going to take place in January next year, but yesterday, a preliminary ruling, it was the judge refused Harry's permission to include certain allegations in his case. And honestly, when I read this, I was like, they've just called him out. Again, Harry, in his deluded little mind, I mean, I think he smokes too much, to be perfectly honest, because he's really getting, or has got, paranoid delusions. Prior to this, he's already withdrawn a claim as part of this court case that his former girlfriend, Chelsea Davies' car was bugged. Now, in the latest version of Harry's court case, the judge, Mr. Justice Fancourt, said that the details of the allegation he's making contained only generalised accusation about bugging. In a written judgment, he said, no particulars are provided about bugging, and a previous specific allegation in relation to Chelsea Davies' car has been withdrawn. More importantly, he said that permission is refused for the allegations of planting bugs in rooms and residences and bugs or tracking devices on cars, as no particulars whatsoever of such allegations have been provided. The judge also refused Harry's permission to include the words and or the use of listening or tracking devices in his claim for the reason that the Duke had provided no particulars of these allegations. It was only last year that the same judge threw out Harry's claim of phone hacking because he had apparently waited too long before starting the case. Harry argued that Buckingham Palace had a secret agreement which had prevented him from bringing his case any sooner. He can still progress with the trial, but only on the basis that those allegations, bugging, planting, tracking devices on cars, are not included in the case. Because quite frankly, he's got no evidence of it. It's only hearsay. He sits there and goes, well, this happened, this happened, this happened. He's got nothing to back it up. More importantly, the judge actually called him out for wasting court time. Yesterday, the judge described the long-running case as resembling a campaign between two obdurate but well-resourced armies that is taking up more than appropriate amount of court time. The judge said, I have previously indicated to the parties that this individual claim, although it raises important issues, is starting to absorb more than an appropriate share of the court's resources, contrary to the requirement in the overriding objective to deal with cases justly and at proportionate cost. It is now doing so. The claim at times resembles more of an entrenched front in a campaign between two obdurate but well-resourced armies that are claimed for misuse of private information. It is unsatisfactory, to say the least, that the court should be faced a second time with having to resolve such a large extent of disputed material on amendments to a statement of case. And he warned that the trial in January must either go ahead or be settled out of court, and would not be delayed any further than it already has been. Now remember that Prince William has already settled a phone hacking claim against Rupert Murdoch's UK newspaper group in 2020 for a very large sum. So this is just Harry doing what Harry thinks he does best and suing everybody with very little evidence, and the judge has called him out on it. He's also not allowing any open-ended or ambiguous language going forward in the case. It's happened before, and I'm really glad that the judge has called him out on it. Either prove it or it can't be used. And rightfully so, in my opinion. Do you know what? Harry's lawyers must be rubbing their hands with glee because he seems to just literally throw stuff and then expect it to be taken as verbatim. They're obviously not giving him very good counsel, because any legitimate lawyer would actually sit their client down and say, where's the evidence of this? So they're not just going to, oh, well, we'll try it, but not quite sure how far it will go. And then yesterday up popped this, I would call it a blind, but it's not a blind at all. It's not a blind, and it's from Crazy Days and Nights, and again I refer to them, but NT has a very good point, and it says, in the US, the ginger-haired one, which is how he always refers to Harry, would have been sanctioned for the BS charges they tried to bring in court. Why on earth was it even allowed to get this far if he didn't provide any evidence? But I'm guessing that that's exactly how our judicial system works, is that it gets put towards a court, the judge looks at it and goes, you've got no basis on this, so this can't be going forward. You can't use this, you can't use that. You can go forward if you don't use that particular language, and we scrap that part out, you can go ahead. However, you can either go ahead with a trial or you settle out of court. Those are your two options, sunshine. Now, as I've stated previously, Prince William settled. Now it seems that Harry also wants a piece of the pie. Will Harry settle, or will he demand to go to trial? Genuine question I'm asking you. It's a fact of law that you have to have proof of everything that you claim, otherwise a judge will simply throw out the case. And you would think if Harry had that evidence, it would have already been included in this court case. So it seems Harry has yet again been smacked down by a UK judge. But this simply can't be dropped. It either goes to trial or they settle. So will Harry settle? As always, I'd love to know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.